Manual Twitter marketing. Assuming that you have decided to go the manual route, here's what you need to do. You have to budget your time. If you think you only have 1 hour to spare, make sure you give it at least 1 hour. This means stick to 1 hour exactly or go a bit over, but you need to make sure you put in the time. Find niche leaders. First, you need to find people's Twitter accounts who talk about your niche. Enter the keywords related to your niche into Twitter to find those accounts. How do you know these keywords? Where do you find these keywords? Here are the steps. Create a Google AdWords account. Don't get scared, this is free. Create a free account. Use the Google AdWords Keyword Planner tool. Enter websites that you know are competitors of yours, and alternatively enter well-known websites that you know are in your niche. You should get a nice listing of keywords using this technique. Once you find these keywords, look up those keywords to find even more related keywords. Make sure that these keywords get a decent amount of traffic. Read these keywords and be convinced that they are actually related to your niche. Once you have a nice clean list of keywords, plug this into Twitter to find accounts. There's a shortcut to this. You can use Congo Plus's $18 per day virtual assistants to do this for you. For only $18, you get a person's full 8-hour day of labor. This person can use Google AdWords for you, find the right keywords, filter the keywords, go through Twitter, find the accounts, get the hashtags, and follow those accounts. Follow real niche-specific accounts. Once you've done the above steps, you should be able to identify the accounts of people in your niche on Twitter. This is where you need to make a judgment call. You need to look at enough of their tweets to see if this person truly cares about your niche. Is this person really a niche expert, or does this person tweet about your niche from time to time? These are two totally different things. Follow real niche leaders. What are the benefits of manual Twitter marketing? When you identify and engage with niche leaders on Twitter, you get the following benefit. First of all, you get niche-specific hashtags. Second, you get a chance to get on the radar with people who are really experts or authorities in your niche. These people can open a lot of digital doors for your business. They can retweet your actual content. This can lead to niche-specific audience members visiting your website. They can interview you and possibly link to your website. You can interview them and establish some sort of professional friendship. You can get invited to conventions or symposiums or workshops. These can be tremendous networking opportunities. There are just so many ways you can benefit when you reach out to people who are already established authorities in your niche. Don't be antisocial. Don't think that you can be successful just with your own efforts. It doesn't work that way because there is a network of really credible people on Twitter already who have the influence that you're looking for. Why not just piggyback on their influence? Why reinvent the wheel? Manual tweeting, pros and cons. Manual tweeting, as we have defined, involves automated publishing of content that you have manually selected. This is content that you have curated. The publication is automated, but your engagement is manual. You're going to find niche-related accounts. You're going to engage with them manually. You're going to tweet, leave comments, so on and so forth. Here is how the advantages and disadvantages break down. Pros. The first advantage is to get a higher level of engagement. You actually get to say to these people what you think. You get to interact with what they have to say. Maybe they're critical about your idea, so you explain your position to them. You give them a counter-argument. You ask for examples, or you rebut what they have to say. When you do this, you're not engaging in a pissing contest. Let me be clear, this is nothing to be emotional about. Instead, you use this as an opportunity to prove to them that you know what you're doing. True experts will accept the fact that not everybody will agree with them. When these experts are satisfied that you argued your position well, even though you don't agree with them, they respect you. They also respect you when you give them information that they may not know. This can lead to instant expert status. You only need to do this a couple of times with the right people and, believe me, they become your cheerleader. Another advantage is you get access to a pre-qualified niche audience. When an authority leader interacts with you on Twitter, they're actually publishing their conversation with you on their feed. This is a big opportunity. Don't blow it. When they respect you enough to keep responding and you give them one top-notch answer after another, they might even retweet a tweet of yours. This is a bonanza. Why? These people are already experts on Twitter in a specific niche field. This means that they have attracted people who consider them authorities. When they engage with your content to the point that their followers see your brand and your content, you get access to that audience. Psychologically, people would see if the person that I respect and admire so much respects this other person who I don't know enough to engage with them respectfully. I should pay attention. If this keeps up and the person who they follow keeps repeating your stuff or keeps engaging with you, it's only a matter of time until some of their audience members would jump over and follow you as well. Please understand, this is not a zero-sum game. It's not like they would unfollow the one expert to follow another expert. Instead, they're already following one expert and they would just follow another expert. They would be following an additional expert. You're increasing the social influence pie instead of fighting over somebody else's influence. They're not losing out. Another advantage to manual tweeting is the speed at which you get backlinks. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you want to boost your website's SEO and you want to get more search engine traffic, you will need backlinks. You can get this much faster when you do manual engagement. The people you're engaging with are in a better position to see that you know what you're talking about. You get to earn their trust and their respect faster. Once this happens, they are more likely to interview you or share content that you posted on your website. Whatever the case may be, this produces a backlink. This backlink really is a measurement of respect for your authority or an acknowledgement of your credibility. It acts as a vote of confidence. The more you reach out to a lot of authorities, the more high-quality backlinks you get. This can boost the overall ranking of your website. Finally, you may be invited to speak at conventions, workshops, or seminars. People might ask you to submit an original article that they would be publishing somewhere else. Best of all, you may get introduced to a big player in your industry. You might get a job offer. You might get some sort of consulting opportunity. Honestly, the range of opportunities available to you is endless. You just need to get out there. The best way to do this online is manual tweeting because you are in full control of your engagement, you craft the public persona you project, and this enables you to be more aware of opportunities as they flash into existence. Disadvantages. The big cons against manual tweeting should be obvious. It takes a lot of time. That's all I need to say. It should be self-explanatory. Second, it's content intensive. While content curation can help you tremendously, it can only go so far. You cannot become a global expert on a particular niche on Twitter and be respected by all other subject matter experts if all you do is share their stuff. That's just not going to happen. Ultimately, they're going to ask you, what about your stuff? What do you have to say? What does your original research indicate? You don't want to come up with a zero when asked those hard questions. Finally, there is no assurance that you will get some sort of alliance. I hate to say it, but certain niches really don't get much coverage on Twitter. You might be able to interact with a high level of niche authorities on Twitter, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they operate blogs that can then link to you. Still, on balance, manual tweeting on Twitter delivers more benefits than its costs. Manual Twitter follower generation. How do you generate followers organically on Twitter using a manual technique? It's as basic as finding niche-specific accounts and finding their followers. Follow these niche-specific accounts, but pay attention to their followers. Follow followers who you know are truly interested in your niche. This requires research. You actually have to look at their tweets or look at the stuff that they're retweeting. Once you see a pattern and it is niche-related, follow these follower accounts. I know this is simple, but it's also effective.